Tubeless tyres are certainly becoming increasingly popular with the drop bar fraternity, and with that, punctures are becoming less popular, which, let's face it, is great news. But a question we do get asked over and over is, how do I clean dried up tubeless sealant from my bike frame? So today I'm going to run through a few different options which I use myself. Let's talk about actually what happens then with tubeless sealant. Well, most of it tends to comprise of two parts. So you've got a watery type substance, or at least I'm led to believe it is water, and it looks like a milk in appearance at first. Inside of that, you've got tiny little particles of solid latex that are simply floating around. Now, if it's just the water and those particles of latex, you're going to end up with something called tyre bogies pretty soon. Now, it's not the nicest name for it, but unfortunately that name has stuck. And what happens is that the water in the actual tyre sealant evaporates, leaving you with clumped up bits of latex. So what the manufacturers then do is add little bits of ammonia into the actual mixture itself, helping those little particles of latex repel from one another, keeping them nice and small, and then avoiding the tyre bogies for quite some time. Although inevitably it is going to happen at some point. There is another type of sealant as well, and it's simply some liquid rubber, and that tends to be a slightly thicker format. But sadly, sometimes the actual tyre sealant itself, which is often a milky colour, spurts out of a tiny little hole and covers your seat tube or chainstay in particular, leaving you in a bit of a mess. Unfortunately, or fortunately for me, I didn't have a bike actually I could display this on because I haven't had a blowout. But I borrowed this bike from Doddy on GMBN, and I've poured some on the actual chainstay there. Initially, I wanted to use some of the Continental Revo sealant from our friends over there, but unfortunately that stuff's biodegradable, so it easily washes off, so the purpose of this video wouldn't really quite be the same. So I've used a different product for the purpose of this experiment. The first port of call I would always say is try and use some normal bike washing product or car shampoo, something like that. It's going to be nice and safe for your bike as well as its paintwork, because some specialist products can actually have an adverse reaction with the paint or lacquer and cause you, well, a little bit of distress down the line. So that's just something to bear in mind. Do so at your own risk if you are going to use any. Here's a few which I've used in the past, and let's run through exactly what they are. Right, the first product then is this. It's Sticky Stuff Remover. Now, I've got a couple of bottles of this at home which I use for all sorts of different tasks around the home. Just reading on the back here, it says, a powerful solution to those icky, sticky problems around the home. Sticky Stuff Remover zaps even difficult deposits such as tape, sticker residue, tar, grease, chewing gum, makeup, adhesive, from glass, wood, metal worktops, fabrics, tiles, and much more. Believe me, this stuff does the job. Next product is this Max Strength Degreaser. Pretty similar to the Sticky Stuff Remover in with what it can actually tackle, but it does say at the end here, sealants. Although I don't reckon they mean tyre sealant, they probably mean silicone sealant, that sort of thing. It does say it's very effective around the home, garden or garage. So this one is always one of my go-to products for cleaning up messes. Next one is this Ipa Isopropanol. Now this is a general cleaning sort of product. Mostly I use it for actually making a surface really clean before applying some decals, or the sort of thing you put on a chainstay, a little chainstay protector there. It does say on it, however, it leaves no residue, non-corrosive on metals and safe on most plastics and fibres, and it's a highly effective cleaning solvent. The guys on GMBN, they reckon this stuff works really well, so it's certainly worth having a look at it. And the next one is some of this Sudal PU foam remover. So think about that expanding foam you could use around the house to fill gaps. That stuff is sticky, it's horrible, it's messy, and generally you can't remove it. Put some of this on and it's going to start breaking it down nice and easily. Plus, they sponsor a bike team. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And lastly, some of this stuff, WD-40. It's said to have over 2,000 uses, and 1,000 of those have been proven by Si Richardson. I jest, although he does absolutely love it. But it does break down tar, adhesives, gums, all those sorts of things, so it's certainly worth giving it a go. There we go, some different products you can use to remove some tubeless sealant from your frame. I can't guarantee it'll work with every single sealant out there, but generally, for me, they've worked pretty okay. Another question, actually, I must just say, that we get asked is how do you remove it from clothing? Well, the honest answer is I don't know, but I have heard people use some hand sanitizing gel and rubbing that on gently, it tends to free up the little bits of latex from the fibres of the clothing. But who knows, I've not tried it myself. Right, let me know what maintenance videos you would like to see next here on the GCN Tech channel down there in the comments section. And don't forget also to like and share this video with your friends, give it a big old thumbs up, and why not check out the GCN shop at shop.globalcyclingnetwork.com, where we've got such products like a workshop apron, so you wouldn't have to worry about tubeless sealant going on your clothes after all. Don't forget, check out 2 more videos. How about clicking just down here and just down here.